Welcome to Mimi's Crafts Basket. We're going to be chalking in a minute. Um, Bear with me tonight. I got a new webcam for Christmas, so I'm trying to learn how to use it and to give you the best view of what I'm doing. That might help if I take that off there, right? But many of you have asked about my craft room because you've seen me post from different areas. So I'm going to give you a quick view of where I can reach with a webcam anyhow. So this is kind of my wet area here. I do painting, so that's over there, and then my supplies for stained glass and chalking are here, all along this wall. All my pieces are there. There's my deep sink, which is naturally why this is the wet area. And then if I pan out this way, I've got all my shelves with storage. And then I don't know how far I can go with this cord. Well, that's about it. That's my sewing area, my scrapbooking area. And to the left are my material file cabinets and my desk area, and my yarn and all that. So that's what Mimi's Craft Basket looks like. It looks cluttered. I have tons of stuff. I'm kind of a hoarder. When I see something, I look at it as what I can make it into when I have time. So that's pretty much why it looks like this, but it is an organized chaos. I do a variety of different crafts, so I like to have whatever I need handy. I hate to run to the store since it's, like a half hour away. So tonight we are going to do the Please Excuse the Mess, Our Children Are Making Memories stencil. I thought this was appropriate with Christmas, and I know a lot of people have a lot of stuff they're trying to find homes for and areas in their home. So I thought this would be a good one. I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can hopefully see my work more easily. Well, I thought I was going to tilt it down. It's supposed to tilt down. Maybe I need to loosen it or something. Ah, there you go. I just needed to loosen it. Like I said, I am learning, so bear with me. Now I got to make it stand up again. Oops, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had this all figured out, but I guess not. Maybe if I turn it this way. Now, until I started filming, this was all set. I shouldn't have touched it. I will get this all under control. I just don't want my camera to fall in the middle of filming and break, God forbid. Okay, can you guys see the board? I hope so. Okay. There we go. I can move a little bit this way too to make it easier. Excuse me. Like I said, we're going to do this stencil, and I'm going to try to ombre it a little bit. So the colors I've chose for tonight are teal, couture teal, and marigold. I think that'll be a nice contrast. So the first thing you have to do is you peel your stencil off of its backing. And this is the first time that I've used this stencil, so I'm going to fuzz it, which all fuzzing is you put it on a towel so it picks up a little bit of lint so that it's not so sticky. When I do a new stencil, I fuzz it twice because you don't want it, you want it to stick down well enough to adhere to the board so you don't get runs, but at the same time you don't want it to adhere so bad that you can't get it off the board without stretching it. Geez, I'm losing my voice, guys. Okay, so then you take your board that you're going to use. In this case, I'm using a Clever. I keep calling it Clever, guys. I am so sorry. Couture board. And you get it right where you want it. You can measure it if you need it to be perfect, but for our purposes, it doesn't have to be perfect tonight. And that's the thing too with couture. If you make a mistake, it washes right off. The board that I'm using tonight, the frame that I'm using tonight, was the same one that we did the Life is Short by the shoe stencil on, and I just washed it off so that I could use it for this tonight. Once you get it placed where you want, make sure that you press down where all your writing is. I don't press down in the corners where there's no writing because I want it easier to pick up. But then you just press it all down like that. And then you take your colors. Oh, here it is. That you're going to use. And I'm going to start, I think, with the marigold. And you always want to stir your paint. If it seems a little bit dry, you can put a spritz of water. It should be about the consistency of sour cream yogurt, that consistency. So you stir it all up. Make sure you wipe the edges good so you're not wasting any paint. And then I have that bucket of water right there, so I just drop it in. Now I'm going to take my larger squeegee, because it's quite a big area that I'm doing. You just dip it in there and put it on your board. Now I'm going to try to do this, I believe it's called ombre, in 2 different locations. So we'll just see how that works. And like I said, if we don't like it when it's done, we'll just wash it off and start again. So I'm going to do it there, and then I'm going to do it right about in the middle. Did you guys all have a nice Christmas? I had an awesome Christmas. My family gave me an old-fashioned Christmas with everybody here Christmas morning. They all spent the night Christmas Eve. We got it Christmas morning and opened our gifts and had cinnamon rolls and ladyfingers, and it was just a really great time and a great memory for the grandkids too, I think. So once you get when you think you've got it good and covered, make sure to take off your excess because you don't need to waste paint. You could scrape it off and then put it right back in your canister to use another time. Just like that. Now I'm going to drop that in the water because we won't be using that one again. And then I'm going to take my teal. I don't know what happened to my other stirrer, so I can use this. Stir it all up. That's the nice thing about having my art room right here with my stained glass. I have lots of different tools I can use and grab on a moment's notice. Now I'm going to use a little bit smaller squeegee this time because I don't want to go over where I did the marigold. You just go up next to it. You leave a space because you're going to blend it in, but you're going to blend it in with your fingers when you get ready to. So make sure you put on enough to blend it to the area that you've left undone, but don't just glob it on there because you're just wasting your paint or your chalk. And I always try to go 2 directions. I go crosswise and then I go up and down to make sure that I get it in there good into the stencil. Like I said, this is very forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can let it dry and see if you like it. And if you don't, then you just wash it off under running water. Okay, let's see how this blends. See if I need some more color added in there. So you just take your finger and you work it in. Now, once you've worked it in, you don't want to take that paint off and put it back in your jar, because you'll be mixing your colors and you won't have true colors. That's a little dry there, so I'm just going to add a little bit more teal so I have something wet to work with. And then you just circle, circle, circle to make sure you get it all worked in well. And then you want to make sure you get the paint off your fingers so that when you pick it up, you don't smudge it anywhere. Then you're going to take your stencil at your corners, work your way across so that you get the other corner. I think this should have been sticking to the board. I should have chalked it a little bit more. I mean, fuzzed it a little bit more. So I'm going to drop this in the water. And I already see where I didn't rub it in good, but I'm going to show it to you so that you'll know when you make the mistake. And then, can you see right here? The A didn't come out. I didn't mess with it enough with my finger to get it all blended in there. But basically, that's what it's supposed to look like. Like I said, we're experimenting together. The next time I use this stencil, I will fuzz it twice again, because I obviously didn't get enough fuzz. Maybe I've got all the fuzz off this and need to flip this towel over. But that's basically how you do it. If you have any questions, let me know. Hi, Rachel. And if you don't have any questions, I hope you join me tomorrow night at 5:30 again. And I believe we're going to be doing a Your First Breath saying. Have a good night, guys. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.